Hello, welcome to Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field, the site for an OSAA 6A high school football event in the Southwestern Conference and Special District 7. It's the Roseburg Indians traveling south tonight to take on your North Medford Black Tornado. The Black Tornado at 5-1, Roseburg at 2-4, a team that opened up the season with 2 wins and has dropped their last 4. It's a competitive bunch, however, and they have won the last 8 of 12 meetings between the Black Tornado, Roseburg going on a 6-game win streak from 07 to 12 and getting 2 more wins since that time. A competitive rivalry is ahead, and it's next on 96.1 580 The Game. A competitive rivalry in Southwestern Conference football in Southern Oregon at the highest level of athletics in the state. 6A is next on 96.1 580 The Game. Welcome to Spiegelberg Stadium, the site for North Medford and Roseburg High School. It's a football contest in the Southwestern Conference at the highest level, the 6A in athletics in the state of Oregon. Hello, good evening, and welcome, everyone. I'm Owen Cuilty, and this is North Medford football on 96.1 580 The Game. We are excited and ready and anxious for a contest between North Medford and Roseburg High School. Roseburg High School is 2-4 on the season, opening up the season 2-0 with 2 wins, and then dropping their last 4. They are eager and hungry to get back in the win column in this 2019-2020 season. The Black Tornado, a different story, 5-1. Their only loss, a 1-point loss to the Irish of Sheldon just a couple of weeks ago, and they are coming off of a 34-27 win over rivaled Grants Pass. We're excited for this one. It is currently 6:45 Pacific time. Our kickoff is set for 7 o'clock between the Black Tornado of North Medford High School and the Indians of Roseburg High. It's high school football tonight on 96.1 580 The Game. Here's a tough question for pizza lovers, pepperoni or Hawaiian. How about both? Abby's used their 2 most popular pizzas to create a half-and-half special, half pepperoni, half Hawaiian, 100% delicious. Enjoy Abby's half pepperoni, half Hawaiian pizza with delicious, authentic ingredients, piled edge to edge at a special price. Visit your Abby's locations on 1080 South Riverside and 2550 Crater Lake Highway, or 825 East Pine Street in Central Point. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Welcome back to Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. This is 96.1 580 The Game, your home for North Medford football. Tonight, the Black Tornado are hosting the Roseburg Indians. Coming into this evening, North Medford is 5-1 on the season, and they sit in the top 10 at 6 in the OSAA state rankings. Roseburg, a different story. They are 2-4 currently. After winning their first 2 games, they've dropped their last 4. Eager to get back into the win column are the Indians, and they are just outside of the top 30 in the state, 34th in the OSAA 6A state rankings. We thank you for taking the time to tune in to North Medford football tonight. We are in our pregame. The North Medford Marching Band doing a fantastic and fabulous job as always right below us on Cobb Field. And the pregame festivities are upon us. We're just 7 or 8 minutes away from kickoff, right around 7 o'clock, so don't go anywhere. High school football is right around the corner. Roseburg, the Indians, they've won 8 of the last 12 games, surprisingly, in this rivalry matchup in the Southwestern Conference. 6 of those wins coming from 2007 to 2012. The Indians rattling off 6 straight wins during that time against North Medford. And last year, Roseburg put a 42-12 win on North Medford. North Medford still with a bad taste in their mouth after a difficult and destructive loss to the Indians. So Roseburg looking to bounce back and get in the win column after they've dropped their last 4 contests on the gridiron. North Medford is hoping to get some revenge from a difficult 42-12 loss from the 2018-2019 season. It's 2019-2020, and it's high school football on a Friday night. We have a couple more words from our local station and friends, and we'll be back to look at North Medford statistics from a varsity team side and looking at some individuals and breaking down some individual numbers. And you know the names that will be there. Guys like Brennan Stoltz, Devin Brad, and Jet Carpenter. We'll dive all into the North Medford High School football stats when we return, and then we'll kick off this game between the Indians of Roseburg and North Medford here at Spiegelberg Stadium. This is 96.1 580 The Game. Sunday, check out Southern Oregon's home for the NFL, 96.1 580 The Game. Wall-to-wall NFL coverage starts bright and early at 7 a.m. with NFL Insider, NFL Preview, and NFL Today. Then at 11, hear the Seahawks pregame at 1. Seattle takes on Baltimore. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens will face Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Finally, at 5 p.m., enjoy Sunday Night Football. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys face Carson Wentz and the Eagles in a very important NFC East matchup game on your home for the NFL, 96.1, 580 The Game. Welcome back to Spiegelberg Stadium, where we've got football tonight for you on the air. It is high school football. It's the North Medford Black Tornado hosting the Roseburg Indians of Roseburg High School. These two teams, very familiar with each other. Roseburg winning the last 8 of 12 since 2007 and winning last year 42-12. Roseburg has lost their last 4. The Indians will try to bounce back and get into the win column tonight, and North Medford will try to take care of some revenge work after a difficult loss from the 2018 football season. As promised, let's dive into some statistics, both team and individual, for North Medford. The Black Tornado are averaging 7 yards, that's correct, 7 yards on per carry on the ground, a rushing attack led by Devin Brad in the backfield. And they've got over 1,200 yards passing, a lot of that in credit due to quarterback Brennan Stultz, the leader, the senior quarterback for the Black Tornado. And they average around 210 yards passing through the air per game. Brennan Stultz completing around 61% of his throws. One thing North Medford continues to struggle with is discipline, and that's penalties. North Medford has 47 penalties on the year, totaling for 464 yards. They continue to look to clean that up. This North Medford offense is led by its great and strong push from its offensive line, with seniors like Parker Landon, Joe Burrows, Dane Stewart, and juniors Thornton Gale and Devin Crenshaw. And, of course, the speedsters in the back like Devin Brad. Devin Brad leads the Southwestern Conference with 939 yards and 16 touchdowns on 118 carries. And somebody that became very popular last week, Jaden Sadusky, the fullback, he's not doing too bad himself, averaging over 6 yards a carry and adding to that rushing attack for North Medford. Some individual statistics now from North Medford. Devin Brad, 118 carries on the season. He's just shy meaning 61 yards, and we will keep you up to date on that number, 61 yards shy of the 1,000-yard rushing mark for Devin Brad. He's averaging 8 yards a carry, and he's got 16 touchdowns on the season, so if he continues to hold up the performance that he's put on throughout the season tonight, we should see Devin Brad get to 1,000 yards on the season here between the Roseburg Indians. Brennan Stultz, as mentioned earlier, number 4, the senior, the leader quarterback. He's 53 of 90 on the season for just over 1,000 yards passing and still holding an impressive 10-2 interception to touchdown ratio. His number 1 target, Jet Carpenter, 27 receptions, averaging 185 yards receiving per game. Impressive there. And he's been in the end zone with the football in his hands 5 times this season. We are ready for kickoff, an early kickoff here. We're all set. 12 minutes on the first quarter clock. 0-0, of course, on the scoreboard, and Roseburg will kick away to North Medford. Ball is in the air. North Medford has it on the 20, the return man to the 30. Hesitation, 35-40, hit by an Indian and down around the 45-yard line. That is number 30 for the Black Tornado. Garrett Henderson on the return, a nice return there for about 25 yards. Alec Kalu on the stop. Defensive back and special teams player for Roseburg. Brennan Stultz in this offense comes to the line, coming off of a win against Grants Pass a week ago. Play action pass is good and complete to around midfield. The receiver with it, Jaden Sadusky, the fullback. Jaden showing some speed and power a week ago and showing some hands tonight quickly and early in this game as Brennan Stultz completes a pass to him. And it will not move the chains, but put the Black Tornado in better position. They have the football already in Roseburg territory early in this contest at Roseburg's 48-yard line. And a flag on the play. False start on North Medford. Will back up 5. And it will be 2nd and long now for the Black Tornado. This is 96.1, 580 The Game. North Medford, the Black Tornado taking on the Roseburg Indians at Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field tonight. in downtown Medford. An absolutely beautiful football-like night, nice and cool and dark. Bright lights shine down on Cobb Field, an excellent and beautiful setting for high school athletics. Brennan Stoltz in the shotgun, looks left, throws left. He's got a man to his left with the football. Midfield at the Roseburg 45, at the Roseburg 40. One juke, two jukes, and making Roseburg defenders miss is Jet Carpenter. His first reception on the night, and it will move the chains for North Medford a first down, 1st and 10 for the Black Tornado. At the Roseburg 37-yard line now officially. And this impressive offensive line for the Black Tornado is up on the football. Brent Stoltz in the shotgun. He's got 3 to his right wide, 1 to his left. Devin Brad has it after a quick inside handoff. Devin Brad bounces it outside. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, and down inside the 20. North Medford quickly into the red zone. Devin Brad moves the chains the first time he touches the football tonight. And with that carry, just about 20 to 30 yards now away from that 1,000-yard rushing mark on the season. First and 10 for North Medford at the Roseburg 17-yard line. I formation for North Medford. Brennan Stoltz wants his tight end to motion left. He does. Brad with it again. Bounces outside. Almost trips himself up. 5. Goal line hit is Devin Brad, and he's in for a touchdown. Devin Brad puts North Medford on the scoreboard. Quickly, 6-0. North Medford leads over the Roseburg Indians. Devin Brad getting back-to-back inside handoffs. One goes for 20 yards. And the next one goes for 17 from the Roseburg 17 into the end zone for North Medford. And now Devin Brad very close to that 1,000-yard rushing mark on the season. Special teams unit on the field for North Medford. Snap, hold, kick is good. Add 1. It's 7-0 now for North Medford over the Roseburg Indians. And we will return momentarily for Roseburg's first offensive possession here on 96.1, 580 The Game. If you like what you're hearing tonight, I've got something else you might like. It's Beaver football tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. here. Oregon State football take on Cal. The Beavers have an opportunity to beat the Bears. Tune in to find out if they will do so. It's Beaver football. Pre-game at 9:30, kickoff at 11:30 on 96.1, 580 The Game. We missed the kickoff just momentarily. North Medford kicking it off to Roseburg. It was a touchback, so Roseburg High School starts their first offensive possession from the 20-yard line, and an inside handoff from Jake Stoffel to his back is good for 3 or 4 on the first carry of the night. During the break, we did some math, and Devin Brad is now just 24 yards away from an impressive number, and that number being 1,000 yards rushing on the season. And based on his averages, he just needs to touch the football two or three more times, and he'll have that number and that accomplishment. Flag on the play, flag on the field, flag before the snap. Encroachment on this North Medford defensive line. We couldn't quite point out the culprit. That's big number 78 clapping his hands, possibly in frustration. That's Titus James, the junior for North Medford. And Roseburg now in a position to move the chains with just a couple here on this play. Checking the sideline is Stoffel and company. Stoffel's got 3 on his left wide, one on his right. A back on his left hip, takes the shotgun snap, another inside handoff that bounces outside, and the back's got a lot of room quickly to the 40, to the 45, and Roseburg has the first down of the night. Carry on the play by this one member of this 1-2 punch for the Indians. It was Doran Gillespie, the senior back, standing at 5'10", 185 pounds, and showing some speed there to get to the outside. Gillespie in the shotgun again, same formation as just a moment ago, 4 wide for the Indians. 3 to the left of Stoffel, 1 to his right, and that appears to be Gillespie on Stoffel's right hip. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Stoffel with a lot of pressure. Stoffel trying to scramble, and he doesn't get away. North Medford, a gang tackle there. Credit the tackle to Jaden Sadusky. on the stop. And it moves Roseburg back. They'll have the football now just on the outside of their own 40-yard line. It will be 2nd and 10 now, as there's a member on the sideline of this Roseburg coaching staff in all orange. And it's another orange figure out there. Sometimes difficult to differentiate between the yardsticks. Little screen pass is set up from Stoffel to his intended receiver, and it's caught, and Roseburg moves up to their own 45-yard line. Pass hauled in by Garrett Zemite. Making a hands play there to move Roseburg up 5. And the Chang gang is moving. And it appears to be a little bit of extracurricular activity after the play. We didn't see a flag and did not hear an official call, but Roseburg now has what looks to be a 1st and 10 inside North Medford territory at the Black Tornado 40-yard line. Stoffel, once again, 4 wide, 3 on his left, in a shotgun with a man on his right hip. Stoffel, a tall body, standing at 6'4". You can see the height all the way from up in the grandstands here at Spiegelberg Stadium. Little inside toss that tried to get outside and was unsuccessful. And the carrier on the play, Carson Thompson for Roseburg, will be lucky, and he is not. He is shy of the original line of scrimmage, and Roseburg backs up a yard. A loss of 1 on the play. It will be 2nd and 11 now for the Indians from the North Medford 41-yard line. Stoffel checking in with the sideline. A lot of communication early here between the offensive coaching staff of Roseburg High and Jake Stoffel. Stoffel checking his wrist now in a shotgun. A man on his left hip in the backfield takes the snap. Fake inside handoff. He takes it himself. A little run pass option is good for 4 or 5. Stoffel, not the fastest of athletes on the field, but hesitated and bobbed and weaved and got upfield for a nice little gain. And it'll be 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5 for Roseburg. Their first attempt on a 3rd down here early in tonight's contest. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Our score 7-0. North Medford, the Black Tornado, leading over Roseburg High School. Stoffel takes the shotgun snap, looks right all the way, and completes it to the far side. And the pass hauled in from Colin Reitman. Colin Reitman, a senior at 6 feet on the outside with his first reception of the night. And it's shy of a first down. 4th and 2 now for Roseburg. This offense is on the field. Jake Stoffel in a shotgun. Roseburg 4th and 2 from the North Medford 32-yard line. It's a handoff that gets up the field and appears to have the first down. That's Dorn Gillespie on the carry, and Roseburg, a courageous 4th down call early in this game goes, and it goes well for the Indians. 1st and 10 now, in a nice position at the North Medford 22-yard line. The Indians still trailing 7-0 with 6:05, just around 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Once again, Stoffel has 4 wide in the shotgun. A wideout here, as we just noticed, from this North Medford marching band and student section. Around the same turnout we got a week ago, one of the better ones for the Grants Pass contest. Sweep handoff, trying to get to the right corner, the right edge, and it's unsuccessful. Garrett Zemite trying to get the right edge and didn't do so. Loss of 1 on the play. It will bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Indians. Still 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They trail 7-0 over North Medford. Beautiful night for high school football. Nice and cool and dark, and a beautiful facility to play this contest at Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. Man in motion from left to right. Screen pass set up. Stoffel backing up, and North Medford covers it well. Jet Carpenter on the tackle, right on the North Medford 25-yard line. It will now be 3rd and 7 for the Indians. Once again, 4 wide for Stoffel. He'll be in a shotgun. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. They still trail 7-0 over North Medford. Stoffel takes a shotgun snap, hands it off, and Doran Gillespie looked like he had a chance to get past the defensive line of North Medford as everybody crashed downhill quickly. But at the last second, somebody got a paw in there and threw him down. It appeared to be number 81 for North Medford on the stop. That's Nathan Prince. Someone we have called the name of many times this season, Nathan Prince, a monster on the defensive line for North Medford. Stoffel in the shotgun again, takes a snap, three-step drop, looks left, and then tries to get upfield, and he's not going to be able to do so. North Medford with the tackle for loss, this defense with a tackle for loss. And it will be a turnover on downs. That was a fourth down attempt for the Indians. Devin Blankership getting in the backfield from that North Medford defensive line and bringing down the tall and lengthy 6'4", Jay Stoffel for Roseburg. Brennan Stoltz in a shotgun rolling from his left to his right, looking right all the way. He's in trouble and had Jet Carpenter streaking in a little bit of recess football from right to left at the 40-yard line and just throws it at his feet. Incomplete. It will bring up 2nd and 10 now for North Medford. Stoffel was trying to create with his feet and create some separation in order to create some time. Doing a lot of creating, apparently, to create some time to find his receivers. And this Roseburg defensive line doing a nice job of getting into the backfield quickly. Shotgun. It's going to be a deep attempt. And it's complete on the far left sideline. The 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Untouched touchdown, North Medford. Brennan Stoltz showing that maturity once again in the pocket and showing the arm strength. A deep strike from Brennan Stoltz to Nolan Morris of North Medford, and North Medford is already up 2 scores, 13-0 with 3:31 to go in the first quarter. After a 75-yard touchdown pass and connection from Brennan Stoltz to Nolan Morris. Nolan Morris had about 2 or 3 steps on his defender, and Brennan Stoltz hit him around the Roseburg 30-yard line. A diving attempt was made, and Nolan Morris high-stepped once or twice to get away from the coverage and then walked into the end zone. And just like that, 14-0, North Medford leads over the Roseburg Indians with 3:31 to go in the first quarter. Last year, Roseburg winning this contest 42-12. We're curious and wonder, maybe North Medford coming into tonight with a lot of thoughts of the event just a year ago and the outcome of that event. Maybe revenge in the minds of the Black Tornado and this North Medford football program tonight. North Medford with their red helmets and Black Tornado logo on both sides, wearing all black tonight with the white lettering, pink socks. As for the second week at Spiegelberg, we continue to honor and recognize those battling breast cancer, as it's Breast Cancer Awareness during this time of the football season. Roseburg in all white, black helmets, orange face masks, and black numbering. Roseburg recently making an adjustment, and to our knowledge, becoming a Nike school, so a fresh look for both teams tonight. It's a Southwestern Conference rivalry between the Black Tornado and Indians. And North Medford kicked away to Roseburg one more time. Second time tonight, a touchback once again, so Roseburg will start their second offensive possession from the 20-yard line. An inside handoff from Stoffel to his back, Carson Thompson. Didn't look like Carson Thompson was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the play. That is marked officially. Loss of 2 now, they have it on the scoreboard. It will be 2nd and 12 for the Indians. And once again, Stoffel with 4 wide. Carson Thompson on his right hip, checking his wrist, communicating with the sideline. This North Medford defense has 7 in the box as they're expecting a run, and it stopped right around the line of scrimmage. Another inside handoff to Thompson. This is a Roseburg team that relies on the run. Carson Thompson and Dorn Gillespie, the 1-2 punch. Gillespie leads the Indians with 377 yards and 3 scores on 80 carries, while Thompson has totaled for 276 yards and 3 scores on 41 carries. Two teams that love to run the football. Roseburg definitely a run-first team. North Medford, even with a senior quarterback leader and a talented one in Brennan Stoltz, loves to keep the football on the ground and give it to guys like Devin Brad, who is just now 24 yards shy of 1,000 yards rushing on this 2019-2020 high school football season. Breaking the action now as there's a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. This is 96.1, 580 The Game. Owen Cuilty with you tonight, live from Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. 2:31 to go in the first quarter. North Medford 14, Roseburg High School 0. Beautiful, cool night tonight for high school football. Both teams will regroup and head back to the field. Officials getting things set up. And a timeout now, an official timeout. And an official waving number 30 for this North Medford defense off. That is Garrett Henderson, and the official pointing at Henderson's wrist. And you wonder, was it a wristband, a watch, something that is not allowed for high school football play? Can't make it out from this distance, but it appeared to be a dress code violation. Stoffel rolling from right to left, and a completion is made on the left sideline for Stoffel. Connects with Austin Parker, the 6'3 senior wide receiver for the Indians, hauls it in. So now it will be 4th and 2. And the Indians' offense is on the field. Stoffel backing up slowly now. And he'll kick this one away. Takes a bounce at the North Medford 44-yard line. Picked up by the Black Tornado as some Roseburg defenders were all around him. A dangerous play there was made by Josh Baptiste. Decided to pick it up a little late. Took a couple of odd bounces. Picks it up and was able to get 2 or 3 on the return. The officials give him a generous spot at the North Medford 45-yard line. That's where Brennan Stoltz and company will return to offensive action. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of North Medford for the Black Tornado. This Roseburg defense is in a position where it's early in this game. There's a lot of football left, but you think they need to stop here. They need to find some energy and find a way to slow down this North Medford offense. Devin Brad gets a handoff in the inside. He goes right. He spins around. He's got Indians all around him and really nothing doing on that play. Devin Brad trying to dance around and make something out of nothing, and there was nothing there. Gain of 1 on the play. They'll give him forward progress. We'll bring up, they back him up now 5 after that original spotting appeared to be generous, and it will be 2nd and 15 now after a loss, after Devin Brad maybe trying to do a little bit too much on that inside handoff, trying to go all the way outside, and this Roseburg defensive line and linebacking core doing a nice job of reading Brad's mind there. Just over a minute to go in the first quarter. Brennan Stoltz, a quick shot to the right side, and he is upset with himself. Missed that inside slant. The intended receiver on the play was Devin Grafton, and right as Stoltz threw it, shaking his head and throwing his hands. Maybe some miscommunication on the route there. Devin Brad took a shot to that outside sideline around midfield right in front of the Roseburg coaching staff. And Devin Grafton cut it inside quickly. It will bring up 3rd and 15, the most difficult position this North Medford offense has been in tonight. And a throw over the middle is broken up. A nice hands play there from this Roseburg secondary. That was William Averett, the 6-foot junior for the Indians, with finding himself right in the middle of the action. Jet Carpenter, the intended receiver on the play. If it could have been brought in, it would have been a first down and an opportunity for 6, as Carpenter had a lot of room, but that was a difficult throw and attempt for Brennan Stoltz. It looks like this offense will stay on the field. No, that's Colby Neron, who normally does the honors of punting the football away, and he's backing up now. So, as far as we can tell, North Medford, they'll kick this one away. Takes a Black Tornado bounce. It's rolling and rolling inside the 10. Almost it wants to get to the 5 and does. North Medford will down it there. So this North Medford defense will look to put some pressure on Roseburg High School. The Indians have it 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. They trail 14-0 with just 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Indians are in a difficult position offensively now on the field, but their defense with their first stop on the night, and thanks to great defensive line play and run stopping. Jake Stoffel in the game. He's got 2 wide receivers, 2 wide receivers on each end, 4 wide, an inside handoff. Runner on the play, that is Doran Gillespie once again. Tonight you'll be hearing 2 names very often for Roseburg. It's Carson Thompson and Doran Gillespie. 2 backs that share a lot of carries for this Roseburg backfield. Roseburg, a team that relies heavily on their run game. Stoffel taking a lot of time in the huddle, finally breaks it. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Indians from their own 5-yard line. Another inside handoff is blown up in the backfield. 3 or 4 Black Tornado were there. The original hit was made by Jaden Sandusky. And there's the first quarter horn. At the end of 1, North Medford 14, Roseburg High School 0. Back in a minute on 96.1, 580 the game. Welcome back, friends, to Spiegelberg Stadium. Roseburg High School, the Indians in town tonight to take on your North Medford Black Tornado, and just out of the reach of Garrett Zemite. Garrett Zemite, just out of the reach of Zemite. Jake Stoffel trying to find him on the right sideline. A deep shot on first down there. Or excuse me, not first down. We switched the field around after 1 quarter of play, of course. On 3rd and 10, the Indians taking a shot there. And it was unsuccessful. So 4th and 10 now. Roseburg in difficult positions will have to punt this football away. The returner for North Medford drops it, picks it up, and he's got a little bit of room at the 30 and is now hit by a swarm, a pack, a tribe of Indians. Returning that one from the Roseburg 40, just shy of the Roseburg 25. That was Josh Baptiste. Baptiste having some struggles here early in this game. Muffing that one and putting it on the ground. A dangerous mistake there. And then earlier deciding to pick one up with some Roseburg defenders right in his face. But it will be North Medford football, and the Black Tornado have the best starting field position of the night. Fake inside handoff to Sandusky. A toss outside to Devin Brad. High stepping and hesitating is Brad. And he has a nice pickup on 1st and 10. Already down to the Roseburg 17-yard line. And now Devin Brad just 16 yards shy of that 1,000 rushing yards on the season mark. He averages 8 yards a carry. He got 8 there, and now he needs to do it 2 more times to get to that 1,000-yard rushing mark on the season. North Medford has it 1st and 10 after the Brad run. They have it on the Roseburg Indians 17-yard line. They lead 14-0, 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Little inside toss to the right. Devin Brad carrying a couple Roseburg Indians, and then the Indians push him back. They'll give him forward progress, of course, and North Medford will have it inside the Indian 15 with 10:45 to go in the second quarter. And it will be 2nd and long now for the Black Tornado. This is 96.1, 580 the game, your home for Southern Oregon Athletics tonight. Our coverage features North Medford and Roseburg High School. a Southwestern Conference rivalry game. The Indians winning 8 of the last 12 in this matchup, including a 42-12 win last year over North Medford. Brennan Stoltz, so that's Colby Neron now under center. The backup quarterback is in the game. Left handoff to Devin Brad, going from right to left, and maybe a yard on the play after Brad was on his feet for quite a while, but not able to go anywhere as there was a lot of bodies right in front of him. And we're under 10 minutes now in the second quarter. And it will be 3rd and 1 for North Medford on the Roseburg 9-yard line. So Brennan Stoltz back into the game. Or Colby Neron stays on. A lot of movement and substitutions there from the North Medford sideline. We didn't see anything happen to Stoltz, but Colby Neron, the backup quarterback, is in the game under center. He's got Sandusky behind him. He's got Devin Brad right behind Sandusky. And Sandusky, the fullback, doing his job, doing the dirty work, getting upfield. And it will be a first down for North Medford. And we think we saw some yellow flying in the sky. It might be a flag on the play. We'll wait as action is stopped momentarily. The officials having a conference right at the the Roseburg 5-yard line as North Medford has it. Penalty on this Roseburg defense will move half the distance of the goal. Didn't quite get the official wording on that call. Dave Heiberger, the head coach for Roseburg High School, wanted an explanation, and communicating with one of the members of this officiating crew, who's doing a fantastic job early in tonight managing this game. Officials still talking things over to this Roseburg defensive line. And an official still talking to this Roseburg defensive line. We're still waiting to get back to football. First and goal for North Medford from the Roseburg 2-yard line. The Black Tornado 2 yards away from being up 3 scores early in this contest. Neron to Brad. Brad diving into the end zone for a touchdown, his second on the night. And another flag in the air, but let's focus on what happened on the play. Devin Brad getting up the field quickly and diving over a couple of Indian defenders. And if it stands, it will be 20-0 in favor of North Medford, and Devin Brad will have 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. So now officially there is a flag on the play. We await the call. And the football is marked down at the 2-yard line. Brennan Stoltz back into the game now. So the result of the play stands. It is a touchdown for North Medford. Devin Brad finds his way into the end zone and finds 6 more points, his second rushing touchdown on the night. It's currently 20-0 in favor of North Medford over Roseburg High School with 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 2-point try is good. A sweet play and a sweet result for North Medford. That was Brennan Stoltz back into the game after taking 3 or 4 snaps and taking a quick vacation on the sideline. Colby Neron doing the honors of making sure Devin Brad got the football securely and safely. That conversion was good, and thanks to a handoff from Brennan Stoltz to, we believe that is correct, Josh Baptiste, the senior. And I saw 6'4" on our roster. And that's not correct because Nolan Morris has got some speed but doesn't quite have that much height. That's Jet Carpenter at 6'4". Nolan Morris at 5'7". Extra point is up and good. North Medford leads 21-0 with 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. This game will take a quick break. So will we. This is 96.1, 580 The Game. Welcome back to high school football on a beautiful Friday night in Southern Oregon. Tonight on 96.1, 580 The Game. It's the Roseburg Indians in town at Spiegelberg Stadium. to take on your North Medford Black Tornado. North Medford 5-1 coming into this game. The Roseburg Indians 2-4 coming into tonight. And currently our score 21-0 in favor of North Medford. With 9 minutes, now under 9 minutes in the second quarter. North Medford kicking away to the Indians, and a nice return for this Roseburg special teams unit, and Roseburg will have their best starting field position of the night at their own 40-yard line. Do you love local sports? Tune in to Southern Oregon Sports Talk weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. right here on The Game. Local play-by-play voice Matt Bagley breaks down what's happening with the Ducks, Beavers, SOU Raiders, and our local high school football teams and sports team. Southern Oregon Sports Talk weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Presented by Medford BMW. Our hesitation there coming from a quick snap and play from the Indians. We caught a glance of it. That was Jay Stoffel handing off to his back, number 27, Colin Reitman of Roseburg High. His second touch of the football tonight. He has 1 reception and 1 carry on the night. And it moves the chains for the Indians. 1st and 10 from midfield for Roseburg High School. 4 wide once again for Stoffel. Colin Reitman in the backfield. And he's on Stoffel's right hip. Play action pass with a lot of time is Stoffel, and too much time. And there's Jaden Sandusky. He's crawling in the backfield after bringing Jay Stoffel down. And this North Medford defensive line showing a lot of excitement after a great play there, a great push back on this Roseburg offensive line. Sandusky and company getting in the backfield. Sandusky with the credit on the sack for a loss. It will be 2nd and 18 now for Roseburg after a loss of 8 on that play. The Indians still trail 21-0. A lot of football left, 7:45 remaining in the second quarter, but Roseburg needs to find some kind of juice or energy on offense. Stoffel in a shotgun, 4 wide. Colin Reitman motioning from right to left. Stoffel has to do a lot of dancing, and he's not going to be able to get a high enough score from the judges on that dance move because he's brought down at the 40-yard line. A lot of North Medford defenders in the backfield there. Stoffel actually doing a nice job shaking 3 or 4 of them. But a tackle is made at the 40-yard line. And it will be 3rd and 20 now, a very difficult position for this Roseburg High School football team from their own 40-yard line. Roseburg has only taken 1 shot down the field farther than 20 yards. And that pass was incomplete coming from their own 5-yard line out of the hands of Reitman. Stoffel shotgun snap is received, a 3-step drop, and he's got pressure early, and he gets away. He's free to midfield, still free. A nice hesitation move, and he's in North Medford territory. It is not going to be enough for a first down. But he does do some damage to this North Medford defense. Scramble of 12 on the play on 3rd down for Jay Stoffel. So the 6'4 quarterback showing he's got some wheels. Fourth and 8 with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Roseburg High School has it, and it looks like they'll punt this one away from just inside North Medford territory. Line drive kick at head level. Bounces to Josh Baptiste, who, oh my goodness, it looks like he wanted that one. And Reitman and company for this Roseburg defensive this special teams unit was right in his face. And Josh Baptiste once again struggling during special teams duties. Nice flip of the field there for Roseburg. Nonetheless, it will be North Medford football inside their own 15-yard line at the 12. Brennan Stoltz back into the game after a quick absence, and Colby Neron took over. Inside handoff to Devin Brad. Devin Brad doing a lot of dancing and hesitation early, a patient runner. Another flag on the play, and Brad was able to get upfield for maybe 1 or 2. And we'll wait to see where our story will go after an official call. Holding is called on this North Medford offensive line, and it will be half the distance of the goal. We mentioned it in our pregame. North Medford, an explosive offensive team, a strong and respected defensive team, and they have playmakers on the special teams unit, but they struggle and lack discipline. A heavily penalized team coming into tonight with 47 penalties for over 460 yards going in the wrong direction, that is. And already struggling with penalties tonight. And another struggle coming there on offense is Brennan Stoltz rolling from right to left after a shotgun snap was received. As the intended receiver on the play was Danny Cassetti. And it hit him in the chest, hit him in the hands, and then fell to the football field. And that will bring up 2nd and 15 from the North Medford 6 for North Medford. Still in good position, though, as far as the contest goes. They lead 21-0 with 5:38 before the halftime break. This Roseburg defense looking to get another big stop and looking to get their second stop on the night against a dangerous offensive unit for North Medford. Speaking of dangerous, Brennan Stoltz throws it up into the air for grabs. The intended receiver on the play was Nolan Morris, and he had 3 Indians around him. Those Indians, Jay Stoffel, Colin Reitman, and Carson Six. Triple coverage there. And Brennan Stoltz maybe wishing he had that one back, or thankful and fortunate that one fell to the ground. That shot was up in the air around the 45-yard line, just shy of midfield, and a dangerous throw there. Poor decision from Brennan Stoltz, but North Medford survives. 3rd and 15 from their own 5-yard line. 3-step drop for Brennan Stoltz. Another shot to the same side of the field, and it is caught. Goes over the head of a Roseburg defensive back and into the hands of Jet Carpenter. A high arcing pass from Brennan Stoltz's own end zone all the way out to the 44-yard line, officially spotted now. Jet Carpenter with the reception. Getting it over the head, Brennan Stoltz did, of Jay Stoffel, the quarterback, in coverage there on the play. Jet Carpenter beat him to the football. And a nice connection once again, something that's popular and well known in the North Medford football program. It's when Brennan Stoltz throws the football to Jet Carpenter. A successful relationship that has a lot of great chemistry. Devin Brad has it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. The inside handoff. Brad a little frustrated after that carry. After a couple of big runs and explosive plays into the end zone, Devin Brad struggling to get past the line of scrimmage here in the second quarter. 4:40 to go before the halftime break. North Medford 21, Roseburg High School 0. And it's 2nd and 10 for North Medford at their own 45-yard line after a completion of 44 yards was made. The throw from Brennan Stoltz to Jet Carpenter. Stoltz in a shotgun. He's got 4 wide. Quickly rolls from right to left. Has a man. A high grab is made. A football snagged out of the air by Nolan Morris. He had 2 Indians around him, 1 on each shoulder pad, and brings it in. Brennan Stoltz thanking Nolan Morris for ripping that one down. 4:10 to go. The clock continues to run. 1st and 10 for North Medford at the Roseburg 44-yard line. Couple of substitutions for this North Medford offense. I formation for the Black Tornado. And it goes Stoltz, Sandusky, Brad. Little toss back to Brad. And once again, Devin Brad met near the backfield and some late pushing and shoving there. No flag on the play. That was Colin Reitman throwing a couple of arms at Devin Brad later on that play. No whistle, no flag. And it will be 2nd and 10 now, as Devin Brad once again is only able to get to the line of scrimmage for North Medford. So Roseburg, this defense slowing down. Very talented running back in Brad. Play action pass. Stoltz looking right all the way. It's a one-on-one up in the air. A lot of contact is made. No flag is thrown. Jay Stoffel, the Roseburg quarterback, in coverage there. Pass intended for Devin Grafton, the 6-foot senior on the outside for North Medford. Let's regroup. This is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for Southern Oregon Athletics. Owen Cuilty with you tonight. It is high school football. It's North Medford High School football, and the Black Tornado host Southwestern Conference rival opponent, the Roseburg Indians, making a trip about 90 miles south down the I-5 to Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field, where our contest is taking place. Colby Neron into the game, the backup quarterback for the Black Tornado under center, and a quick handoff, not to Sandusky, an option to Brad. Brad on the outside at the 40, the 35, the 30, and out of bounds inside the Roseburg 30-yard line. And Devin Brad now dancing with a possible 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Devin Brad now just about 5 or 6 yards unofficially shy of 1,000 yards rushing on the season. It is a first down carry for Brad. And this North Medford backfield, 1st and 10 for North Medford at the Roseburg 30-yard line with 2:51 to go in the second quarter before the halftime break. North Medford 21, leading 21-0 over Roseburg High School. Colby Neron still in the game, I formation. One receiver to the far left. Devin Grafton, that is. An inside handoff to the big fullback, Jaden Sandusky, rumbling up the field for 3 or 4 and then pushed back by a couple members of the defensive unit for Roseburg High School. North Medford 5-1 on the season coming into tonight's contest. The Indians 2-4, winning their first 2 and then dropping their last 4 contests. Roseburg trying to get back into the win column for the first time in over a month. North Medford maybe with some revenge in their minds as they dropped a game and lost a game 42-12, a final score last year against this Roseburg High School football program. Inside handoff to Sandusky one more time, and it looks to be good for a first down, and it is 1st and 10 for North Medford at the Roseburg High School 18-yard line, pickup of 6 on the play for Sandusky. We're under 2 minutes now in the second quarter, about 1:50 now until the halftime break. North Medford looking to make it a 4-score game before the halftime break, and it is 21-0 now. This Roseburg defense desperately looking to at least hold North Medford to a field goal try, or maybe even a stop or make something happen. They need to. Colby Neron, another fake handoff to Sandusky, an option pitch to the outside. Devin Brad slipped a couple of defenders and quickly into the end zone. Devin Brad is shifty. Devin Brad is slippery. And Devin Brad is fast into the end zone. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And it's 27-0 now. North Medford leads over Roseburg High School. A year ago, we saw the Indians put it on North Medford 42-12. And maybe it's a 180 as far as the event goes from last year to this year. It is 27-0. North Medford leads over the Roseburg High School Indians with just over a minute and 20 seconds before the halftime break. Extra point try is up and good. Kicking honor is done and made by Danny Cassetti. And it's 28-0. North Medford leads. We'll keep it right here. We'll take a break at the end of the half here in just a couple of moments. Thanks for tuning in to 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for Southern Oregon Athletics and North Medford football. Devin Brad with that carry has 1,000 yards rushing, probably over unofficially 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Congratulations to Devin Brad and this North Medford offensive line. Still some football left in this 2019-2020 season, and for North Medford, most likely playoff football left. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though, but looking back, North Medford having a tremendous season on the offensive side of the football. And thanks to Devin Brad and this offensive line. Dave Heiberger, the head coach for North Medford, having a conversation with his starting quarterback, Jay Stoffel. And this Roseburg coaching staff breaking up into units, talking with different different units and members and groups for this Roseburg High School football team. And a little bit late, Roseburg High School will trot their special teams unit onto the field to receive a kick from Danny Cassetti and North Medford. Roseburg has a minute and 24 left. It will be a tall task to find points against the North Medford defense that is improving week to week. But the Indians in desperate need of points. A little bit of danger there. Colin Reitman with it, finding some room and then hit hard. Just outside of his own 24-yard line. And that looks like Colby Neron making the hit there, the backup quarterback for North Medford. Neron, also a defensive back, and he shows his defense abilities there as he hammers Colin Reitman to the ground. Jay Stoffel casually jogging onto the field, still seems to be loose and relaxed. His team trails 28-0 here in the first half of action. Outside handoff for Roseburg High School is good for 4 or 5 now. Heiberger wants his offense to speed things up. 3 or 4 members of Roseburg High School, this offense checking their wrists. A lot of Indians are in on offensive play calls and management. Stoffel takes a shotgun snap, rolling from right to left. Really doesn't have much. A dangerous toss to the sideline of Roseburg. That was broken up by Nolan Morrison coverage on the play, getting one hand on the receiver's shoulder pad, and another hand almost might have touched the football. Hard to tell as Jay Stoffel threw a rocket near the Roseburg coaching staff. So with that incompletion, it is 3rd and 3 from the Roseburg 35-yard line for the Indians with 49 seconds to go. And an interesting and big and important play here early in this football game for this Roseburg offense. Inside handoff is not going to do the job. Carry on the play. Dorn Gillespie might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's where he's marked now. So it'll be 4th and 3 with 43 seconds to go from their own 35-yard line. And Roseburg wants to talk it over. Don't go anywhere. We're going to keep it right here. This is 96.1 580 The Game, your home for Southern Oregon athletics and North Medford football. The Black Tornado in action tonight hosting the Roseburg Indians. It's a Southwestern Conference Special District 7 contest. The Indians 2-4 in the season. They've lost their last 4. The Black Tornado 5-1. Their only loss coming on October 4th at Sheldon Henry High School, a devastating 27-28 loss. And we brought up the Sheldon Irish. That reminds me, we have an update. The Irish are in action. They're hosting the South Medford Panthers, so any Panther fans out there listening to this game on the game, Sheldon led early 7-0 in the first quarter, and the last time we heard the Irish exploding in the second quarter, it is currently 21-0. The Irish over the Panthers in the middle of the second quarter at Sheldon Henry High School. That's Sheldon High School and South Medford High School playing football tonight in Eugene. Sheldon leading 21-0 over the South Medford Panthers. North Medford here at home at Spiegelberg Stadium leading 27-0 over the Roseburg Indians. And Jay Stoffel will look to kick it away on a 4th and 3. And Nolan Morris has got some room if he can bring this one in. He's already at the 40, at the 45 midfield, and tripped up and down inside Roseburg territory. A nice return. And there is 36 seconds left. We'll see how aggressive this coaching staff is of North Medford. Josh Dykes has an opportunity to coordinate some plays. Dykes is a 1995 South Medford graduate who's been on this North Medford staff for 2 years and is continuing to receive a lot of credit from his head coach. And it's well-deserved, as this is a powerful, dominant, fast, explosive, and exciting North Medford offense. Timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. North Medford wants to talk things over. And we do have some comments that we were able to find from this coaching staff on Josh Dykes. See if we can find those for you here on 96.1, 580 The Game. Your home for North Medford football. Currently, timeout on the field. North Medford leads 27-0 over the Indians of Roseburg High School. Steve Turner, the head coach for North Medford, says that Josh Dykes, he's done a great job, and all of their offensive coaches have done a great job in progressing this offensive program. It's finally getting to look like what they had envisioned. They say they're not completely there yet, but you can't put everything together in 2 or 3 years. It takes time. But Turner feels like they're getting close. And in our short time covering this program, they are definitely close to, maybe not perfection, but dominance on the offensive side of the football. North Medford, one of the better offensive football teams in the state of Oregon. That was Brendan Stoltz with a sweet handoff to Colby Neron, the backup quarterback. So quarterback number 1 hands to quarterback number 2. And not a lot happening on that play. Neron didn't really have a lot in front of him, didn't look to want to make much contact, and was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So 31 seconds to go, 2nd and 12 for North Medford at their own 47-yard line. 2 plays now on this possession. North Medford not too aggressive, but still some time. They still have some timeouts, and we'll see if they can take advantage to maybe get 3 on the board or even more before the halftime break. Stoltz in a shotgun, has 4 wide. Devin Brad in pass protection. Stoltz wants to roll upfield. He has a man out in the open, and it's complete. And North Medford, with 21 seconds, is inside the Roseburg 30-yard line, looking to add to this 27-point lead over the Indians. Brendan Stoltz wants things to hurry up. It looks like he'll down the football. He does. Brendan Stoltz doing a great job there of communicating and leading his offense to get to the line of scrimmage quickly and down the football. So 18 seconds left in the second quarter before the halftime break. It will be 2nd and 10, just inside the 30-yard line of Roseburg High School. The football at the 29-yard line. North Medford has it. And if they can score before this final horn in the second quarter, they'll add to a already healthy lead, 27 points, as Roseburg has yet to find their way on the scoreboard. Brendan Stoltz, a shotgun snap, looking right all the way, throws a line drive pass at the 5-yard line. It was intended to Nolan Morris. Pass broken up there. Coverage on the play and the stop on the play made by Alec Kalua, a 5'9 junior for the Indians in the defensive backfield. Stops the clock, 14 seconds to go. Ball still on the 29-yard line of Roseburg for North Medford, and now a 3rd and 10. Still an interesting situation. Brendan Stoltz in a shotgun. He's got 4 wide. Nolan Morris on his far left. Looks right, looks left, and they've got a screen set up. Devin Brad has the football, and he's got blockers in front of him. 1 block made, 2 blocks made, flag on the play. This one will come back. How unfortunate. North Medford tricked Roseburg up. All the Indians headed left, and North Medford had Devin Brad with 3 big bodies in front of him on the left side on the 20-yard line, and he got all the way down to the 5. But one of the offensive linemen looks like he grabbed some jersey there late. It really wasn't necessary. Devin Brad looked like he had enough room to create for himself. But this one will come back. Unfortunate there for this North Medford offense, as they were going to be knocking on the door for 6 with 3 seconds left. North Medford sending the kicking team on the field, and Brendan Stoltz and company are having to fly off the field. A little bit of chaos here, but there's the horn, and North Medford won't get it off. So an opportunity for points is unsuccessful at the end of 2 quarters of play. We're at the halftime break. North Medford, the Black Tornado, 27. The Roseburg Indians, the visitors, 0. This is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for Southern Oregon Athletics. We're at the halftime break. It's high school football on a Friday night in the highest level and most competitive level in the state of Oregon. It's 6A Athletics. And we'll be back for our halftime coverage and show in just a moment after a word from our local station. This is 96.1, 580 The Game. Welcome back to high school football on a beautiful Friday night in Southern Oregon. It's downtown Medford. And we're at Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field, the site for an OSAA 6A high school football event between the North Medford Black Tornado, the home team, And the visitors, the Roseburg Indians, two teams that are very familiar with each other, both in the Southwestern Conference and Special District 7. At the halftime break, it is 27-0 in favor of North Medford over the Indians. Currently, if this score holds out, North Medford will complete its revenge tour or revenge efforts to get back at the Roseburg program after they lost in very difficult fashion, 42-12 last year to Roseburg High School up north, about 90 miles north of here in Roseburg, Oregon, at Roseburg High School at Finley Field. It appears to be some homecoming festivities tonight. These homecoming contestants riding in style. It's not graffiti weekend. It appears to be modern car show weekend. Not sure quite how to describe this night, but we've got some nice-looking rides rolling in with some individuals who are hoping to maybe accomplish a high school princess's dream of being crowned queen, princess. We're not sure. Let's get back to football, where we are more knowledgeable, at least compared to that subject. It's homecoming night for North Medford High School, and the festivities are upon us. This North Medford band featuring Stevie Wonder hits continuing to do a great job. And I'm already tending back to get talking about these festivities, as North Medford does a fantastic job of entertaining Spiegelberg guests here on a weekly basis. Both programs do, South Medford and North Medford. We're overdue for a message, and it's from Abby's Legendary Pizza. Southern Oregon, here's a tough question for you. Pepperoni or Hawaiian? How about both? Abby's used their two most popular pizzas to create a half-and-half special. Half pepperoni, half Hawaiian, 100% delicious. Enjoy Abby's half pepperoni, half Hawaiian pizza with delicious, authentic ingredients, piled edge to edge at a special price. Visit your Abby's location on 1080 South Riverside and 2550 Crater Lake Highway, or in Central Point at 825 East Pine Street. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Sunday, check out Southern Oregon's home for the NFL 96.1 and 580 The Game. Wall-to-wall NFL coverage starts bright and early at 7 with NFL Insider, NFL Preview, and NFL Today. Then at 11, hear the Seahawks pregame as the Seattle Seahawks take on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens at 1. Finally, at 5 p.m., it will be time for Sunday Night Football. Enjoy Dak Prescott and the Cowboys taking on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles on your home for the NFL 96.1 580 The Game. We'll take a break. We have a couple of words and messages from our local station, and when we return, we'll get you caught up with some first-half stats and get you ready for the second half of football as the homecoming festivities are upon us at the halftime break. It's North Medford and Roseburg High School in a high school football contest tonight, and it's on 96.1 580 The Game. Spiegelberg Stadium, the site for a high school football event. The North Medford Black Tornado facing the visitors, the Roseburg Indians. Tonight, our halftime score, as we are at the halftime break, 27-0 in favor of the Black Tornado over the Roseburg Indians. And how do we get here? Well, and thanks to this offensive line of North Medford and Devin Brad doing a lot of running on taking a large workload. Devin Brad just shy of 100 yards on the night, and he's got 1,000 yards on the season. That's right, 1,000 yards rushing on the season, Devin Brad. We still have some football left in the regular season, and for North Medford, hopefully a lot of football left in the postseason. Brennan Stoltz, a play that sticks out from the first half, a 75-yard toss and bomb to Nolan Morris. That was in the first quarter. And a 75-yard completion and connection made from Brennan Stoltz to Nolan Morris is how we open the night. And from there, it's been Devin Brad leading the way for North Medford. And after those efforts, it's got North Medford 27 points. This North Medford defense continuing to improve, continuing to show discipline, continuing to show their athletic ability. And they are shutting out Roseburg tonight. So currently, North Medford is accomplishing a little bit of a revenge in thoughts and consideration to last year's disappointment as they lost to the Indians 42-12, a difficult loss on the road last year to Roseburg High School at Finley Field. Currently, coming into tonight, North Medford is 5-1. If this score holds out, it will be a win for North Medford, and they will be 6-1 with 2 games remaining in the regular season, a trip all the way up to Aloha on the 25th, and then on the 1st of November, it's the Black and Blue game It's South Medford, the Panthers, and North Medford, the Black Tornado. We're very excited for that contest. We will be on the air, as will Matt Bagley, the director of 96.1 580 The Game. The two of us will be on the call, and we're excited for that opportunity. So mark your calendar. On the 1st of November, it's the Black and Blue Bowl. It's North Medford, it's South Medford, and myself, Owen Cuilty, and Matt Bagley will be on the call. But for tonight, Roseburg and North Medford are in contest. We mentioned that North Medford's 5-1 and took a look at their schedule. Let's take a look at the Roseburg Indians. 2-4, opened up 2-0 in the season. They've dropped their last 4. Haven't been able to find a win in over a month's time. They are coming off of a difficult 34-6 loss to South Medford at home. And tonight they're taking on North Medford, of course. They have 2 more games, 2 tough opponents left on the regular season schedule. As of now, it doesn't appear Roseburg will find their way into the postseason. They will host Sheldon, currently a very talented Sheldon Irish team that is dominating South Medford. They lead 21-0 midway through the second quarter. And Roseburg will wrap up the regular season and most likely their 2019-2020 campaign on the 1st. And it's in Canby at Canby High School to take on the Cougars. We have some more messages and words from our local station. Currently, the North Medford Marching Band on the field, and some young individuals and members of the student body of North Medford are celebrating some festivities in regards and connection to the homecoming weekend and homecoming night here for North Medford. A special night for this North Medford student body and high school football program, and the football team is doing their job. They lead 27-0 at the break over the Roseburg Indians. This is North Medford football on 96.1 580 The Game. A homecoming king and queen were announced. It's the North Medford High School festivities during the halftime break tonight. It's North Medford High School football on your home for North Medford Athletics on 96.1 580 The Game. Owen Cuilty with you tonight live from Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. At the break, 27-0 the score in favor of North Medford over the visiting Roseburg High School football Indians. And at this time, we're going to take a look at the 2019 football rankings and the 6A at the OSAA 6A rankings. The Southwestern Conference Special District has 3 teams in the top 25 and 2 in the top 10. Those teams being North Medford at 6, Sheldon at 9, and South Medford at 21. The Panthers are at 5-1. But they are not inside the top 20, unable to sneak inside there, still with a 5-1 record. Sheldon, however, is 2-4 on the season and is in the top 10, so 2 interesting rankings and numbers there. Of course, strength of schedule comes into mind when you have numbers like that, and North Medford at 5-1, and if tonight's contest holds out, if they can survive the second half, unless something incredible and unbelievable happens, an offensive clinic is put on by Roseburg High School, it will be a win for North Medford tonight, and they'll move to 6-1. Not to get ahead of ourselves and not to get ahead of North Medford football, but it is tempting to look ahead, and we'll do so. Next week, North Medford is on the road at Aloha for maybe their most important contest of the season. Up there with that contest they were unable to get a victory in versus Sheldon. They lost by 1 on the 4th. So one of their most important games on the season coming in a week's time on the 25th. The North Medford Black Tornado will travel up north to take on Aloha of the 6A Special District 2. The Warriors are 5-1 on the season and just ranked right behind North Medford, not at 7th but at 8th. So a very athletic and impressive team that is in the top 10. North Medford will take Aloha on a week from today. It's a top 10 matchup in the OSAA 6A state rankings. If you like what you've heard tonight on the game, I've got something else you might like. It's Beaver football tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. bright and early. Hear the Oregon State football team take on Cal. The Bears and Beavers in action. Can the Beavers upset the Cal Bears? Tune in to find out. It's Beaver football pregame at 9:30, kickoff at 11:30 on 96.1 580 The Game. And if you love local sports, tune in to Southern Oregon Sports Talk weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on the game. Local play-by-play voice Matt Bagley breaks down what's happening with the Ducks, Beavers, SOU Raiders, and our local high school sports teams, including the South Medford Panthers and North Medford Black Tornado. Southern Oregon Sports Talk, weekdays from 4 to 6, presented by Medford BMW. Had an opportunity to sit down with Matt Bagley, the director of 96.1 580, and a close friend of ours. Just hours ago, yesterday evening, we were talking about this contest in North Medford and South Medford football and enjoyed the opportunity to sit down with Matt. Matt currently in South Medford. If you're looking for the Panthers, tune over to 99.5 or 880 AM. South Medford well up the I-5 tonight, taking on Sheldon in Eugene at Sheldon Henry High School. It's the Irish and Panthers. The last time we heard, South Medford struggling, and understandably so, to a very talented Sheldon Henry High School football team. The Irish ranked 9th. They are 2-4, but 9th in the state in the OSAA 6A rankings, and they lead South Medford 21-0 midway through the second quarter the last time we heard. And it has been some time. We'll see if we can get a quick update. And we have not. It appears to be halftime. And from our reports, couple big plays made by the Panther offense, but they've been unable to finish and find their way onto the scoreboard. So South Medford trails Sheldon Henry High School 21-0 at the break, a ways up the I-5 from where we are at Spiegelberg Stadium in Eugene. After the homecoming festivities put on by North Medford football, the North Medford High School Spirit Program, marching band, and student body, one of the longer half times, we still await football action to get back into action and get off of this pause button that we are on currently. It appears we're about a minute away from kickoff. We'll keep it right here. This is 96.1, 580 The Game. Owen Cuilty with you tonight from Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field in Southern Oregon. A beautiful, cool, dark night for high school football at a beautiful facility, one that is shared by North Medford and South Medford. Both teams have their own practice facilities and all-weather tracks. So a great opportunity for all athletes at both high schools in the Medford area. 27-0 our score at the break. We're just seconds away from a second half kickoff. North Medford leads 27-0 if you're just joining us. And the special teams units will trot onto the field, and we appear to be ready for 2 more quarters of action. It's second half football, and it's North Medford and Roseburg High School. And what that has not been necessarily a very competitive contest, but an exciting one, is this North Medford offense is fun to watch. They've improved week to week, as they already started the season as one of the most dominant, exciting, fast-paced, and athletic teams in the state. Dave Heiberger showing some emotion and yelling for his team to move up, as North Medford currently is bunched up on both sides of their kicker. There's the horn. The official still standing over the football, and North Medford looks like setting up for an onside kick. That would be hard to imagine. Dave Heiberger not going to take any chances, wants his team to move up. Here comes the kick, and it is an onside kick attempt. It's touched, and it's a live football. It's a scramble out of midfield. North Medford says they have the football. They have the football, and it's North Medford football. Unbelievable. A very unexpected start to the second half with the score in the situation. Not too much going on, but wow, that was definitely something we were not expecting, and gets a lot of energy going in Spiegelberg, carrying over from some homecoming festivities at the halftime as a homecoming king and queen were announced. And then we start things off in the second half with an onside kick that is recovered by North Medford. It was a short kick, one that only traveled 6 or 7 yards. If Roseburg stayed off of it, it would have been their football or a re-kick for sure. But an Indian dove on it, unsuccessfully was able to recover it, and North Medford in a dog pile rips it away. And just like that, Brennan Stoltz is rolling from left to right, and he has a man all the way down inside the Roseburg 30. That's Devin Grafton, a nice hands play near that right dash. Just inside of the right sideline, Devin Grafton hauls it in from Brennan Stoltz, a pickup of about 25 on the play. 4 wide for Stoltz. Devin Brad on his left hip, throws from right to left. It's complete. Jet Carpenter has it already inside the 20, in the 15, has one man to beat to the end zone. Flag on the field, and Jet Carpenter's inside the Roseburg 10-yard line, down at the 8-yard line. Flag is on the field still, and we await official call. Holding is going to be called, so an impressive pitch and catch from Brennan Stoltz to Jet Carpenter is going to be wiped away, and maybe even a better run after the catch from Jet Carpenter is wiped off the board, and we'll back up. After the foul, the Roseburg Indian defense will meet the North Medford offense at the Roseburg 29-yard line. That's where the Black Tornado have it. 1st and 10. With 11:20 to go in the third quarter, North Medford leads 27-0. Brennan Stoltz a shotgun snap quickly to the left side to Nolan Morris, who has it at the Roseburg 22-yard line. Stoltz will check in with the sideline. This North Medford offensive line, backfield, and receivers are huddled up waiting Stoltz. This Roseburg defensive unit looking into the sideline. Not a lot of energy from this Roseburg defense right now. They're in a position where they're going to need a stop or to make something happen if they want to keep this game alive, and it doesn't appear that that's going to be the case as it's a North Medford touchdown. Brennan Stoltz throws to Jet Carpenter, and he's in the end zone for 6. Touchdown pass of 22 yards. A lot of yards after the reception from Jet Carpenter, and some nice blocks. Made his pathway to the end zone wide and free and untouched, really. Jet Carpenter into the end zone. North Medford adds 6. And if Josh Baptiste's kick, an extra point attempt is good, which it is up and well left, it's no good. Still, though, 33 on the board for North Medford, and Roseburg yet to find the offense needed to get on the scoreboard. It's 0 for Roseburg. North Medford leading 33-0 over Roseburg High School. We'll take a quick break and be right back to Spiegelberg Stadium for more high school football on 96.1, 580 The Game. Welcome back just in time for our North Medford kickoff to Roseburg High School early in the third quarter. North Medford in full control. The Black Tornado lead 33-0 over the Roseburg Indians with a lot of football left. 2 quarters, just about 2 quarters of play remaining, as we've just started the second half, and North Medford already finding the end zone. So Roseburg High School, this offense will trot onto the field, and they'll see if they can find some answers offensively. They've yet to really make any kind of a threat to get into the end zone or put points on the board. Jay Stoffel with 3 wide, 2 in the backfield. Takes a low snap. It's on the ground and has to fall on it. Big number 78, 34, and 24 into the backfield quickly. 78, the first one there. That's Levi Griffin. And that must have been a scare for Jay Stoffel, as Levi Griffin is 6'5", 307, and he was coming at Stoffel full speed, unblocked. Stoffel able to get down on the football, though, before Griffin found him. Option for Roseburg. Jay Stoffel takes it himself all the way for a couple. Pickup of 1 or 2 on the play, and it will be 3rd and long. 3rd and 13 unofficially for Roseburg with 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Still in a deep hole in a very difficult position. Trailing North Medford 33-0 here at Spiegelberg Stadium. After a shoe is tied, one teammate helping out another for the Indians. Stoffel takes the shotgun snap, rolling from his right to his left. Throws a timing route, and it's incomplete. It was at the feet of the intended receiver. That was Austin Parker. Wasn't able to get his hands onto that football as Stoffel threw it to the ground. So with a 4th and long, 4th and 11 from their own 26-yard line, unless there is to be a surprise, Roseburg will kick this one away. And Nolan Morris is standing back there, already in pretty good field position. He's at his own 36-yard line, 37-yard line. A poor punt, a poor kick, and Morris has it at the 45, the 50. And into Roseburg territory inside the Roseburg 45-yard line. And another high arcing yellow flag is in the air. And a Roseburg Indian is down, slow to get up, and is slowly getting up now. And we'll stop play. We'll keep it right here. A couple of North Medford Black Tornadoes taking a knee. And that Roseburg Indian is on his feet. That's number 30 for the Indians. That's Rourke Martin shaken up on the play and has to be helped off the field by two teammates. Coach Dave Heiberger already all the way out on the field as the trainers for North Medford. And Heiberger and a trainer will help Martin find his way to the sideline. We hope the young man is okay. It will be 1st and 10 for North Medford. Penalty on this Roseburg special teams unit is declined. North Medford will have it 1st and 10 inside Roseburg territory. At the 43-yard line, and officials once again communicating with both teams. Of course, in this position, we're unable to hear those conversations or make anything out. But a hard hit and some talks afterwards, maybe concerning safety, as that is a priority here, not at this level, but at all levels in the sport of football. Brennan Stoltz receives a shotgun snap, and he's going to do it himself. Up on his toes all the way to the 30-yard line. A nice run there as Stoltz galloping down the field, and it's going to be 1st down yardage after a nice run from Brennan Stoltz. North Medford, this offense will have it at the Roseburg 30-yard line with 9 minutes to go, in full control, leading by 33 points as they have shut out this Roseburg offense. Stoltz, a quick throw out to Morris, and it hit him in the back. Brennan Stoltz received it and got rid of it quickly, and Morris wasn't ready for it, so some miscommunication there between Brennan Stoltz and this wide receiver core. A lot of open men on the play. Nolan Morris was open. Devin Grafton was in position to catch the football, and they had space, but miscommunication and an unfortunate time there for North Medford. Still, though, a manageable down and distance, 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Stoltz takes a shot to the right side, and he has a connection made. Chance Costanzo hauls it in. And that will make this 3rd down far more manageable. Unofficially, about 3rd and 4. 3rd and 3 now officially for North Medford. With 8:30 to go in the 3rd quarter, football is placed at the Roseburg 23-yard line. This is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for North Medford football. The Black Tornado taking on the Roseburg Indians tonight. Owen Cuilty with you live from Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. Inside handoff to Devin Brad. Devin Brad hurdling a couple of Indians, and inside the Roseburg 10-yard line, it will be 1st and goal now for North Medford after a nice pickup there on the ground from Devin Brad. Quickly to the line, another handoff to Brad, and he's got a hole, and he's got a touchdown. Devin Brad has 4 touchdowns, a hat trick for Devin Brad out of the backfield, and that's 6 more for North Medford, 6 more for Devin Brad, and he is celebrating a great accomplishment, one that all running backs dream of. That's 1,000 yards rushing at the high school level in one season. And Devin Brad, we're not done yet. He's got 2 more games in the regular season, a date with Aloha in a week. And in 2 weeks from now, it's a Black and Blue Bowl game. Both North Medford and South Medford maybe already eyeballing that game, as that is going to be an exciting matchup in a great facility, one that is shared by both teams. And, of course, a rivalry, as Medford High School split many years ago, creating North and South. The extra point attempt is successful, and it is now 40-0. North Medford over Roseburg High School. We'll keep it right here on 96.1, 580 The Game. 7:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. And yes, that score is correct. With a full quarter and a half of football remaining, North Medford in full control, to say the least, as they lead 40-0 over the Indians. Believe it or not, probably in about exactly a year ago's time, it was a completely different story. North Medford losing to the Roseburg Indians at Finley Field at Roseburg High School 42-14. So almost a complete 180, a complete turnaround here a year later as these two teams meet up, and they're very familiar with each other. Two teams in Southern Oregon, two very successful and historic football programs. Roseburg having a lot of dominance in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s, an athletic program that struggled. The student body numbers have dropped tremendously over the last 5 to 10 years, and it has shown as this football team has struggled and continuing to try to find answers as they're in a very competitive conference, being the Southwestern Conference, a conference that's in the most competitive and difficult level, being the 6A in Oregon State athletics. Little placement kick from North Medford, and almost touched, and a flag on the play, of course. So, whoa, a lot of extracurricular activity, and no flag on the play of game. Really interesting there. Colby Neron was pushed back by Dylan Johnson of Roseburg, and Dylan was pushing him for a full 3 or 4 count, and an official was right there behind both of them, and nothing made of it. And that's the second or third time we've had some really unnecessary and inexcusable attitudes and action on the field tonight, something you don't like to see. Definitely shouldn't be a part of the game at this level, but we move on. 40-0, Roseburg High School with the football. Jet sweep to Colin Reitman, and doing the best he can, just shy of his own 40-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play will bring up second down and 6 yards to go for Roseburg. They'll have the ball at their own 38-yard line. That kick went out of bounds as we got caught up in some extracurricular activity right in front of it. Roseburg Indian almost decided to grab it, and it goes out of bounds. So Roseburg started their drive at the 35. A low snap. Jay Stoloff takes his deepest shot of the night, and Colin Reitman has it. And right as he hauled it in, he had to push a North Medford defensive back off of him and was able to pick up a couple more. Flag all the way back by Stoffel. Roughing the passer's the call. And it will be, of course, added to a big play for Stoffel and Reitman. That pass was good for just shy of 30 yards. The connection made to Reitman, and Reitman shoved off, unable to identify that defensive back, but a North Medford defensive back right off of him, so he brought it in and immediately was able to get a couple extra yards after some physical play. And an official forgot his flag and is helped out by one of his teammates. One of the crew members runs back and grabs it for him. Something you don't see every day. And a long jog back for both officials from the Roseburg 35-yard line all the way to the North Medford 25-yard line, that being where the football is, and it's 1st and 10 for the Indians. Handoff up the middle. Good for just shy of 5 yards. That will bring up 2nd and 5. The running honors done there by Dorn Gillespie, a member of this 1-2 punch and heavily used Roseburg running backfield. Colin Reitman back into the game. Alara Kalua for Roseburg will take a breather. If you're just joining us, this is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for North Medford football. The Black Tornado lead the Roseburg Indians at Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field 40-0 with 6:31 to go in the third quarter. An inside handoff to Gillespie. Gillespie going left, going right, gets upfield, holding several North Medford defenders on his back, and is at pause for a moment and then brought down just by the weight of that amount of bodies. Gillespie showing a lot of strength there. Should have a first down, and he does. 1st and 10, and some rain starts to come down. The first time we've seen it this season at Spiegelberg Stadium. I heard it never rains here, and that was the case for our coverage and contest here this year, and the rain starting to trickle down. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Inside handoff to Gillespie for Roseburg, and he gets up the field once again for 4 or 5. Rumbling and stumbling down and tackled down on the play. And that tackle made by Jaden Sandusky. Roseburg is knocking on the door, and if they continue to push this defensive line around, this Roseburg offensive line and backfield will help Dave Heiberger, Jay Stoffel, and company find the end zone for the first time tonight. Doran Gillespie in the backfield, another inside handoff again. Shakes a man, shakes another man, and brought down just shy of the end zone. Colby Neron, a missed tackle on the play. And another miss made by Ethan Palmer as Gillespie, the big fella, showing some dance moves there near the goal line. And we're almost on the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter, and it might be the first time tonight that Roseburg finds the end zone. They trail 40-0 to the Black Tornado of North Medford. Stoffel, the tall and lengthy 6'4" quarterback, takes the shotgun snap, hands it to Gillespie, and North Medford reading that one nicely. That was number 57 for North Medford on the stop, Tanner Garian, the junior linebacker, making a nice play in the backfield there for North Medford. Brings up 2nd and 4. Not 2nd and 4, but 2nd and goal. 4 to go from the 4-yard line, of course, for Stoffel and this offensive crew. 4 wide, man in motion from left to right. Stoffel, a little option toss to Gillespie. Gillespie might have the end zone, and he's shy, just about an inch or two, maybe a foot at the most, shy of the end zone. Stop on the play made by number 34. That looks like it was Jaden Sandusky for North Medford, and it is. The linebacker, fullbacker making a stop at the goal line, and Roseburg still desperate to find some points, desperate to find the end zone. It's 3rd and goal now with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Still looking for points. Another low snap. Gillespie takes it. And he was hit down originally on the ground, stuck the football out after contact, and then the official puts his hands up. Interesting call there. Of course, we don't have the best angle at it. We do not have a great look all the way up here, but that call not made until Gillespie reached out and he was already on the ground after contact. But the official rules, and it's 6 points for Roseburg, and it's 40-6 in favor of North Medford with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. Roseburg looking to add 1 here with an extra point attempt. And scary moment there for the special teams unit as number 30 for North Medford, that's Garrett Henderson, flew in there, almost got his hands on it as he jumped high in the air trying to knock that one down. Unsuccessful though. Roseburg's special teams unit is successful to add 1. We'll keep it right here. Our score with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. North Medford 40, Roseburg 6. The Indians finally finding some points, finding the end zone as we're almost to the fourth quarter now. And they found 6 as Gillespie pounded his way into the end zone. The Indians 2-4. If our score holds up, they will drop to 2-5, losing their 5th straight after opening the season 2-0. North Medford, if the score holds up, and most likely will, North Medford will move to 6-1, and then we'll head north to Aloha to take on a Warrior team that only has 1 loss as well and is also in the top 10 currently in the OSAA 6A state rankings at the 8th spot. North Medford at 6. Those numbers definitely and most likely could adjust slightly as many teams in action on a Friday night in the state of Oregon for high school football. If you like what you've heard tonight, I've got something else you might like. Beaver fans, tomorrow at 9:30, Oregon State, the Beavers take on the Cal Bears in Berkeley. Will the Beavers beat the Bears? Tune in to find out. It's Beaver football pregame at 9:30, kickoff 2 hours later at 11:30 on 96.1 580 The Game. And if you love local sports, tune in. Matt Bagley's got Southern Oregon Sports Talk, weekdays from 4 to 6 right here on The Game. He breaks down what's happening between the Ducks, Beavers, SOU Raiders, and our local high school football teams. And that's Jack Carpenter on a return. And he is all the way down to the Roseburg 40-yard line. A short placement kick from Roseburg does not work out and I stopped myself there as another flag is on the play, picked up and then dropped back down a yard farther back. Interesting movement there from an official, but we wait an official call. Appears to be holding as North Medford's backing up and Roseburg's creeping forward. Penalty on this return team will wipe away a nice effort from Jet Carpenter, who took the football from around his own 30-yard line to the Roseburg 40-yard line for what would have been a return of about 30 yards. But it's one that will be forgotten, and North Medford will have it at their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Medford. They lead 40-7 over Roseburg with 3:30 exactly to go in the third quarter. And not too heavy of rain. It's just trickling down here, down on the Cobb Field and Spiegelberg Stadium. A new face, a new back, and a new quarterback in. That's backup quarterback Colby Neron. Hands off to excuse the delay, but we want to credit this individual, and he's hiding between his linemen. That's number 30 for North Medford, and it's Garrett Henderson doing the honors in the backfield. A lot of new faces. The second unit is on the field for North Medford. Neron takes a shotgun snap, throws it from right to left, has a man at the 45, and carrying a couple Indians almost to midfield. Connection made from Colby Neron to Cole Zoller, a defensive back and wide receiver, a junior at 5'10", is able to bring the football in with both hands and get to the sideline. That will stop the clock at 2:51 to go in the third quarter. North Medford has it. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Neron under center. Inside handoff to Cole Zoller once again. And Zoller is in Roseburg territory as he just crosses the midfield marker. And now it will be 2nd and long for North Medford. Colby Neron, the backup quarterback, doing the honors and doing the leadership at this point in the game as North Medford is in full control. 40-7 late in the third quarter. North Medford leads Roseburg High School. This Roseburg defense only able to stop Brennan Stoltz and company 2 times. And another player for North Medford is waved off the field by an official. And that's got to be frustrating for not only the individual but the coaching staff. It appeared to be another dress code violation of some sort. Neron rolling from right to left. And he's got another completion made to his favorite target during this point of the game. That is Cole Zoller. Brings it in. And he had it at the 40, and then the 35 of Roseburg officially marked down at the 34-yard line. A dangerous pass that was thrown in. That was number 2 for Roseburg High School in the defensive backfield. Skylar Moore almost had that football, or at least almost had Cole Zoller. Believe we called Zoller on a run. That was incorrect just a moment ago. That was Garrett Henderson doing the honors to get from the 48 to midfield. Zoller, the wideout, showing hands there and making a connection from Neron. Pass thrown from left to right. Neron hands it off. That's Nolan Morris. He has it on a sweep, and a big hit from Colin Reitman of Roseburg. Comes all the way across the field and lays a shoulder into Morris, but not until Morris is inside the Roseburg 30 at the 28-yard line. And we await to get an official down and distance. This is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for North Medford football. Owen Cuilty with you tonight from Spiegelberg Stadium and Cobb Field. The North Medford Black Tornado taking on the Roseburg Indians. North Medford leads 40-7 late in the third quarter. 1 minute and 29 seconds to go until we reach our final quarter of play. Second unit in for North Medford's offense. Colby Neron under center. Handoff to Henderson. Henderson was brought down from behind dangerously. No flag on the play. And it's good for a couple. It appears to be first down yardage, and it is. The chain gang will move. Something they have to do a lot of. That crew definitely gets their steps in when North Medford has the football. 1st and 10 for North Medford. Now, finally, the football put down on the field on Cobb Field, and it is spotted at the Roseburg 22. We'll call it 22-yard line. Tough to tell from this angle. 1st and 10 for North Medford. That clock continuing to run down in the third quarter. And so does the rain come down. Now a little bit more rain. Maybe not a trickle, an official rain coming down onto this football contest. Neron, a nice timing route out to his intended receiver, and it's complete. The connection is made. Nick Semidio there brings it in. A defensive back and wide receiver, a senior at 5'9", has it on the left side. And it will move the chains once again. North Medford has it deep into Roseburg territory. 1st and 10 now for the Black Tornado at the Roseburg 12-yard line with just about 30 seconds to go in the third quarter of action. Always great to see at this level as many athletes as possible getting an opportunity to participate in a competitive, fun, and exciting environment, a great facility against a great program and team in the Indians, at least a historically great program. These two programs with a lot of tradition and history and a great rivalry over the years. Surprisingly, even with Roseburg High School's struggles over the years, they have 8 of the last 12 wins over North Medford, but that storyline seems to be changing tonight as North Medford, after losing to the Indians 42-12 last year, has a 40-7 lead after 3 quarters of play. That's the third quarter horn. This game will take a break, so will we on 96.1, 580 the game. The rain coming down at Spiegelberg Stadium and Cobb Field. North Medford football in action tonight. This North Medford football program hosting the Roseburg High School football program. It's the Black Tornado and Indians meeting tonight on Cobb Field under the rain and under the bright lights at Spiegelberg. Currently, we just started our fourth quarter, our final quarter of action, and North Medford is in full control tonight. 40-7, the numbers on the scoreboard in favor of the Black Tornado. Just over 11 minutes to go in the final quarter, and North Medford has a inside handoff. It's Colby Neron as this second unit for the offense of North Medford is into the football game at this point. An inside handoff to Garrett Henderson is going to come literally maybe an inch or two from the goal line. An official standing over the football, and his heel is at the front edge of the football, and his foot is on the goal line. So couldn't be much better positioning for a first and goal than what North Medford has here with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Neron on the far side away from his team, checking in with head coach. Turner, there. And into the end zone is Brad Reed, the linebacker and running back, the 6-foot junior, hopping into the end zone for 6, and it's 46-7. North Medford leads with 10:41 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here to check out and evaluate this extra point attempt. Danny Cassetti is hoping to add one, and it's up. Perfect kick right between the uprights down the middle. Both officials with their hands up high, and that adds 1 point. 47-7, a North Medford Black Tornado 40-point lead over the Roseburg Indians. And our contest is beginning to count down as far as the time left in this action. 10:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Still a lot of football to be played. Don't go anywhere. This is high school football on a Friday night. North Medford hosting Roseburg High. The Black Tornado in full control. We'll be back momentarily on 96.1, 580 the game. Scary moment there for this Roseburg High School football team's special teams unit as Garrett Zemite, with a return, fumbling the football on the ground on his own 15-yard line, was able to get up to the 18-yard line of Roseburg High School, where the Indians will have it, facing this North Medford Black Tornado defense. Welcome back. This is North Medford football on 96.1, 580 the game. 47-7 our score, with 10:30 now, 10:28, and ticking down in the fourth quarter. North Medford in full control. Another flag on the field, another flag on the play. That is one thing that has been consistent tonight, is flags flying through the air. Break in the action. We'll ask you a tough question, Southern Oregon. Pepperoni or Hawaiian? How about both? Abby's used their two most popular pizzas to create a half-and-half special. Authentic ingredients piled edge to edge at a special price. Visit your Medford Abby's locations on 1080 South Riverside and 2550 Crater Lake Highway, or in Central Point. That's at 825 East Pine Street. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Back to high school football action. Roseburg High School in North Medford. Jay Stoloff, the leader, the 6'4", tall, lengthy quarterback for Roseburg High School, takes a shotgun snap, three-step drop, and he's got to throw one deep. He's got a man all alone and wasn't able to connect. That is a heartbreaker for Roseburg in this offense. A man getting free as Colby Neron fell down in coverage. And we wait to identify the intended target. It looked like that was number 82 for Roseburg. And that would be Landon Duper. Landon Duper, the intended receiver, was all alone at the North Medford 20-yard line with the football in the air, and it was thrown just outside of his reach, and a big hit in the backfield. That is Devin Brad. His helmet comes off, so he'll head to the sideline, but he put a big hit in the backfield on a Roseburg Indian, and that appeared to be Carson Thompson on the carry. Thompson had no chance, no doing of gaining yards on that play as Devin Brad was in there quickly. Another Black Tornado in there. Looks like it was Luke Paglano out of the secondary. 6-foot senior getting in there quickly as well. 9:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Roseburg with the football at their own 30-yard line. It's 3rd and 13 for the Indians. Stoffel, shotgun. Bubble screen attempted. Bubble screen broken up. And North Medford's defense and sideline is fired up after that stop and play. Stop on the play made by Brendan Pollard, the linebacker, a 6'4" senior, a linebacker with a lot of height. Under 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter now. Roseburg will kick this one away, trailing 47-7 early in the fourth quarter. Football on the 31-yard line of Roseburg. New return man for the Black Tornado, standing at his own 40-yard line. Looks like that's Cole Zoller. It is Cole Zoller. He'll move up a foot or two. He's at his own 41-yard line. Roseburg making a substitution. That's our delay currently. Blake Ronk onto the field for the Indians. High snap, and North Medford might have gotten a finger or two on that, and it's picked up onto the outside at midfield, and Colin Reitman having to make a tackle from behind to stop Chance Costanzo on the return. Costanzo had an opportunity to get the left edge. He started with the football at his own 45-yard line after a poor kick from the Roseburg special teams unit, and Costanzo was at midfield before Colin Reitman chased him down. Colin Reitman doing a nice job for Roseburg tonight, making a lot of plays, and plays where he's having to travel almost from one sideline to the other. We've mentioned his name several times tonight. Neron under center. Inside handoff is good. Up to the Roseburg 40-yard line. Spun down. Is Garrett Henderson on the carry. Pickup of 8 on the play. It will bring up pickup of 7 now officially. 2nd and 3 now is the situation for North Medford's offense. Colby Neron leading things here late in this contest. Brennan Stoltz on the sideline after a tremendous showing once again with a touchdown pass of 75 yards to Nolan Morris in the first quarter to open up this contest. Pass thrown across the field from left to right. and it's blown dead as forward progress was stopped. Nobody could really get a hand on Peyton Bryant. Peyton Bryant hit by several Roseburg defenders, had 4 on him at one point, spun around, almost got free, and that play was blown dead. Unfortunate for Bryant, a lot of effort into that play, tried to make more of it, but didn't have the opportunity as that play was called dead, of course. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, the final quarter of action, 3rd and 3 for North Medford. And we back up now after a loss on that toss from Neron to Peyton Bryant. It will be 3rd and 6. Bunch of 3 receivers on the left for Neron, 1 on the far right. Henderson in the backfield. Left to right, Neron goes. A bullet to the right side is no good. A foot on that sideline. The pass was intended for Luke Piglano, the 5'10 junior. Under 7:45 to go in the fourth quarter. It will bring up 4th and 6 after that incompletion as Neron was unable to hook up with Luke on the far sideline, or the near sideline, excuse me. Rain still coming down at Spiegelberg Stadium. Neron enters the game. He is able to do kicking honors. But North Medford's in full control, and they have the ball inside Roseburg territory. Wouldn't be surprised to see Neron take a shot here, and he will not. They'll kick this one away. Roseburg playing it safe. They're in a full defensive position. Colin Reitman now runs back. Definitely has the potential to do some danger, and he'll let it go to his left. Dangerous play, as sometimes you can lose the football in the bright lights here. And it bounced to his right hip and takes a wild bounce towards the left sideline of North Medford, where Roseburg will take it over at their own 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indian offense. 7:33 to go. Time running out for Roseburg High School. They trail big, 47-7, a 40-point deficit for this Roseburg High School football Indian team. It appears Stoloff is no longer on the field. Garrett Zemite will take over at this point, as this one is in hand. Zemite, a 6'1" sophomore, will take the reins late in the fourth quarter. Shotgun snap, inside handoff, trying to get outside is Dorn Gillespie. He does in Devin Brad. Another nice tackle there. The second time in this quarter of play that Devin Brad has made a defensive stop. Devin Brad, a fantastic offensive showing tonight. Came in tonight searching for 1,000 yards rushing in the season. He accomplished that goal. He also put on a hat trick, finding the end zone 4 times tonight. Devin Brad, one of the better and more talented backs, not in Southern Oregon, but in the state of Oregon. And he's playing defensive end tonight for North Medford. Fumble, Devin Brad searching for it. Devin Brad might have it. Devin Brad has it. Devin Brad has the football, a fumble recovery. He's got 4 touchdowns on the ground. He has a couple tackles for loss, and he's got a fumble recovery, and his teammates celebrate with him now as it's a Devin Brad night. And a North Medford night. North Medford takes the football over. Unfortunate events there for Roseburg High School, and backup quarterback Garrett Zemite on his second play, his second opportunity of the night, mishandles a poor snap and puts it on the ground, and North Medford takes advantage. They have the football. North Medford does 1st and 10 in the red zone. Deep into Roseburg territory, of course, inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Colby Neron running onto the field now, checking in with his teammates. They break the huddle. Under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Neron's got 4 wide. Garrett Henderson in the backfield. Handoff to Henderson. Henderson wants to go outside. Henderson's getting outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And he's knocked out late just before he can make a dive to the pylon. It's going to be down around the 2 or 3 yard line. Henderson, that was a designed inside handoff, and he knew right away he wanted to get to the edge. Neron's asking everyone to hurry up. Neron wants everyone to go. Doing their best to do so. Neron's got everybody lined up. 4 wide. Henderson in the backfield. Handoff to Henderson. Henderson has it at the 1. Henderson has it at the goal line. No call yet, and it's going to be shy again. Amazing how many times we've had the football just inches away from the goal line for both teams now. North Medford with that situation and positioning twice tonight. The Indians had it. as Gillespie was unable to get in on a diving attempt. He was an inch or two shy at the most. It will be second and goal. Inches away from the goal line is North Medford. We expect a Henderson carry. It is. Henderson has it into the end zone. Garrett Henderson touchdown. Henderson touchdown, North Medford. North Medford breaks the 50-point barrier. Currently with 53 points, North Medford leads Roseburg High School 53-7. An absolute turnaround from a year ago when the Black Tornado lost in very difficult fashion to this Indian football team, 42-14. That was the final score a year ago. Tonight, a completely different story. This North Medford offense exploded early and has maintained juice and power. 53-7 with 5:45 to go and ticking down in the fourth quarter. Danny Cassetti will do the honors once again here. And successful again. Danny does it again. 54-7 now with 5:30 and ticking down. Our contest almost wrapped up for the night here at Spiegelberg Stadium. It's the fourth quarter. It's the final quarter of play. We'll keep it right here. Let's regroup. This is 96.1, 580 The Game, your home for Southern Oregon athletics and North Medford football. Tonight our coverage features the North Medford Black Tornado. The Black Tornado hosting a conference opponent in the Southwestern Conference. And Special District 7, it's the Roseburg Indians of Roseburg High School, traveling from Finley Field and Roseburg High tonight for a conference matchup. The Indians came into tonight looking for the first win in over a month as they opened up the season 2-0, lost their last 4, and they will lose their 5th game in a row here as this game will wrap up in just moments, unless something unbelievable is to occur. North Medford came in tonight 5-1, their only loss, a 1-point loss on the road 2 weeks ago to Sheldon. North Medford will most likely move to 6-1 and then look forward to a very interesting and what will be highly anticipated event between two top 10 teams in the 6A and the OSAA 6A state rankings. It's North Medford and Aloha next week. Currently, that would be a 8-6 matchup in the top 10. Both teams only with one loss to this point. If we have the opportunity, we'll update you on Aloha's situation on a Friday night where most teams are in action in the state of Oregon. Kick from North to Roseburg. The return is still alive from the 10, the 20 to the 30 and out. Shoved towards that North Medford sideline is Alec Kalua of Roseburg, and this offense will trot onto the field. We have a break in the action. Let's get you updated on what's next in the NFL right here on 96.1, 580 The Game. Sunday, check out Southern Oregon's home for the NFL. Right here on 96.1, 580 The Game. Wall-to-wall NFL coverage starts bright and early at 7 a.m. with NFL Insider, NFL Preview, and NFL Today. Then at 11, hear the Seahawks pregame at 1. Seattle battles Baltimore. Finally at 5 p.m. it's Sunday Night Football. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. On your home for the NFL, 96.1, 580 The Game. Handoff goes to the outside. That was Logan Kloffenstein on the carry for Roseburg. Some new faces and young members of this high school football program for Roseburg getting some action tonight as this game is in hand. We're now under 4 minutes to go, and it is 54-7 in favor of North Medford over Roseburg High School. Dominic Tatone is in the game, the third-string quarterback, leading the way at this point. Breaks the huddle. Appears to be in a completely and entirely new unit for Roseburg High School. They've got 4 wide. Tatone takes a snap, couple of faked handoffs, and it's dropped in the backfield for a loss. That hit made by number 39 of North Medford. That is Arturo Rowe, the junior linebacker. at 5'10", 180, busting through that Roseburg offensive line and making a stop on the back. Under 3 minutes now, 2:40 and ticking down in our final quarter, the fourth. Third string quarterback and third unit in for Roseburg's offense late in this contest. Flag on the play. We've had too many of those tonight. And it's on North Medford. That is something they've struggled with throughout this year. A lot of success for North Medford offensively, defensively on the special team. This coaching staff with a lot of success, a lot of organization, a lot of support for this program. But one thing that they will need to clean up if they want to compete at a higher level in the postseason against some very athletic and dominant teams in that top 10 in the state, they will have to clean up their discipline, as they can't afford penalties that will back them up and hurt them. Self-inflicted wounds, something to look for as North Medford enters the postseason. An Indian is flipped over end after the stop was made by Mason Warren. It was Landon Duper on the carry. Duper twisting and twirling up in the air as Warren got him at his feet. That carry good for a first down. Roseburg has it inside North Medford territory at the 47-yard line. Tatone has to fall on it. Another low snap. That's been a problem for Roseburg all night. Is the chemistry and connection between the center and quarterbacks. All three have been poor. Too many low snaps and mishandled snaps for Roseburg High School tonight, and it's cost them. As several times, the only thing the quarterback has been able to do is fall on the ball and be safe about it. That'll push them back, 2nd and 14. Sweep to the left side. Slipping away from a couple defenders and finally brought down. Carson Six with the carry. He was stopped by Dylan Holcomb, the linebacker, a 6'4", 195 junior for North Medford. Some movement for North Medford's defense, a couple substitutions for both teams. Dominic Tatone, the third-string quarterback, still in for Roseburg High School. And some people of attendance tonight for both teams starting to exit the Spiegelberg stands as we are seconds away from this game concluding. Maybe one final play is a run up the middle for this third-string quarterback, Garrett Tatone. And 3, 2, 1, you can hear the countdown from a large turnout from this North Medford student body on homecoming night. A homecoming queen and king were crowned, and North Medford, the Black Tornado, crowned with a victory tonight. And they do so, and thanks to an explosion offensively and a great performance on the defensive side as well. Final score, 54-7, North Medford over Roseburg High School. A year ago, the Indians won this contest 42-12. North Medford returns the favor tonight at Spiegelberg Stadium. We're not done just yet. Stick around for the postgame show. Owen Cuilty with you from Spiegelberg Stadium, covering North Medford football. It was the Black Tornado and Indians in contest tonight, in battle tonight. Final score, 54-7. North Medford wins over Roseburg High School. North Medford is now 6-1. Next week they'll take on Aloha up north, and Roseburg still unable to find a win for a time that is stretched out over a month. They are 2-5 now. Their next contest will be hosting the Sheldon Irish. The Irish in action tonight on a Friday night, hosting some of your South Medford Panthers. We will get you an update on that score when we return to the postgame show here on 96.1, 580 The Game. For one final time tonight, this is Owen Cuilty welcoming you back to Spiegelberg Stadium and Cobb Field. The North Medford Black Tornado in high school football action tonight on a beautiful football Friday night. Definitely a fall Friday night. Nice and cool, the rain trickling down, but not too hard to stop our contest tonight. North Medford hosting the Roseburg Indians, a Southwestern Conference opponent, and the final score, 54-7, in much favor of North Medford. The Black Tornado come into tonight at 5-1. They get a victory. They move to 6-1 after beating Roseburg 54-7. Unfortunately, the Indian struggles continue. After a nice 2-0 start, Roseburg has lost their last 5 games. They haven't been able to find a win, get into the win column for over a month now. We'll quickly look at Roseburg's schedule and then recap North Medford's night, get you ready for North Medford football in a week from now, update you on South Medford football, and then wrap our broadcast up from Spiegelberg Stadium tonight. The Roseburg Indians dropped to 2-5, unable to put up enough points on the board to compete with North Medford here at Spiegelberg. And Roseburg has now lost their last 5. They will host Sheldon Henry High School, the Southwestern Conference matchup in a week at Finley Field. And then Roseburg will conclude their regular season and most likely their football season, the 2019-2020 season campaign, will most likely come to an end for the Indians with a trip to Canby to take on the Canby Cougars. As for North Medford, it is set. If Aloha is able to be successful and get a win tonight, we'll have 2 one-loss teams in the top 10 in the OSAA 6A state rankings matching up in a game that we are already now getting ready and highly anticipating. It will be North Medford on the road at Aloha to take on the Warriors, 2 top 10 teams currently. This could, of course, change in a week's time, but North Medford sits at 6, and the Aloha Warriors are ranked by the state power rankings and poll rankings of the OSAA 6A at 8th. So a top 10 matchup now for North Medford is on the horizon. Quarterback Brennan Stoltz led the way for most of the game tonight, opened up things with a 75-yard touchdown pass to Nolan Morris. And after that, it was really the running game that sparked a fantastic night and successful offensive explosion for North Medford. Devin Brad with a hat trick, 4 touchdowns. Devin Brad also coming into tonight with 939 yards on the season, had well over 100 yards on the ground, and he is now in the 1,000-yard rushing club for the season in 2019-2020, a goal and dream of many running backs at this level being high school, and Devin Brad has that title. He's a 1,000-yard running back, and we still have some regular season football, and most likely for North Medford, postseason football remaining in this 2020 campaign. Jet Carpenter, a nice night on the outside with a couple of receptions. Jaden Sandusky, after a week ago, a coming-out party for Jaden Sandusky, the fullback position, with multiple carries and multiple touchdowns, aiding Devin Brad in this backfield. So North Medford continues a balanced attack through the air and on the ground. We've enjoyed our night tonight from Spiegelberg, but it is time to wrap things up. We'll give you a final score a couple of times now and give our thanks to all of those who we do need to credit. Final score 54-7. North Medford beats Roseburg High School at Spiegelberg Stadium in Cobb Field. From 96.1 580, the game is Stevens Medium Group Station. We'd like to thank Medford School District Athletic Director Amy Tiger and North Medford High School Athletic Director Patrick Grady for their efforts to make this broadcast possible. Special sponsor considerations to Abby's Legendary Pizza, and a thanks to all listeners of tonight's broadcast. Our final score tonight, North Medford, the Black Tornado, 54, the Roseburg Indians, 7. I'm Owen Cuilty saying goodnight from Spiegelberg. This is 96.1 580, the game.